If you guys enjoyed Clash of Champions, especially with the ending, hit that thumbs up for me, please. Let me say this right now. I know people are thinking, Chris, what did you think of Clash of Champions? What are your thoughts of Clash of Champions? What did you think of Sasha versus Becky? What did you think of The Fiend attacking Seth Rollins? What did you think about Kofi and Randy? The decision that happened on this show, Chris, what did you think? I'm going to sit here and be completely honest with you people. Now, I don't give a fuck who I trigger. I really don't give a fuck. That's just the guy that I am. I don't give a fuck how you feel. I really don't. But if you was to ask me, Chris, what was your rating on Clash of Champions? 1 being terrible, 10 being the best. I'm giving this show a 4. I'm giving this show at least a 4. And that's my highest rating on this show. A 4. If anybody gave this show an 8 out of 10, a 9 out of 10, or a 10 out of 10, you're just a fucking casual dumb fuck who sucks the cock of WWE. No cap. I'm going to tell you like it is. This show sucked. At some point, this show sucked at some point. There was some portion of the show where the matches were fucking boring. There was some matches during the fucking show where I was falling asleep. At some point during this show. You want my fucking honest opinion? There it is. I gave this show a 4 out of 10. And I'll tell you why in just a second. One point I'm going to give. With Sasha and Becky. And I will explain everything that happened on that show. People were DMing me on Twitter saying, oh, Chris, they fucked up the matchup. Oh, Chris, they fucked up Sasha Banks. Calm the fuck down. When we get to the Sasha versus Becky matchup, I will explain to you why we got what we got on the finish of that fucking matchup. I will explain everything. This show is going to be filled with logic class sessions. So grab a fucking pencil, grab a fucking piece of paper, sit the fuck down, and watch the review. So 1 point I'm giving with Sasha and Becky, because that match was great. Number 2, the Revival looked fucking dominant in their tag team match against the New Day. They look fantastic. Why did they win the fucking SmackDown tag team titles? I don't know why. But I'll tell you in the review, like I said, class is in session, sit the fuck down with your fucking pen and pencil and your fucking piece of paper, sit the fuck down and watch the review. So my second point goes to the Revival. 3. The third point was because the simple fact that Luke Harper made his return tonight on Clash of Champions. Loved it. Fucking loved it. At the beginning of this whole entire fucking Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. investigation on who drove the fucking forklift and who drove the car, nobody cared about this fucking storyline. The reason why Roman Reigns is being in this storyline is because not only Vince is itching for Roman Reigns to be in a World Championship picture, they did this fucking feud to take Roman out of the World Championship picture. And I love how the fact that Luke Harper came back and assisted Eric Rowan to beat Roman Reigns. A positive on this show. I expect Luke Harper to come into SmackDown on Tuesday and explain why he did what he did. Was Luke Harper behind the guy? Was Luke Harper behind the whole forklift situation? Was he the one driving the car? Was Luke Harper planning this whole thing out? We don't know. We have to hear from the man Luke Harper himself. Eventually we will. Hopefully on SmackDown on Tuesday. Hopefully we will. So that's my third point. The fourth and final point was, and this is my most important point. Yeah, sure, Rollins retained the Universal Championship, but look what happened after the show. Rollins was holding the Universal Championship, and yeah, if you didn't watch Clash of Champions, clowns, I obviously spoiled it for you guys, so it don't matter. Rollins was holding the Universal Championship, and yes, folks, Rollins did beat Strowman to retain the title. Rollins was holding the title, And they had the end credits on the lower right-hand side. They had the lower end credits there. You know, with the Clash of Champions shit and the copyright with the year and stuff like that. All of that. Just when that happened, the lights go out of the arena. Bray Wyatt shows up, the Fiend. He hits Rollins with Sister Abigail and then gives him the mandible claw. Hell in a Cell, folks, has been confirmed. Most likely from what we got towards the end of the show. Rollins and Wyatt is most likely going to be competing inside Hell in a Cell for the Universal Championship at Hell in a Cell. With Wyatt winning the Universal Championship. And I'm saying this right now. As long as Vince McMahon from this point on, as long as Vincent Kennedy McMahon does not overexpose the Fiend, I am okay with this move. Vince has, and I said this back at SummerSlam. Folks, go back to my SummerSlam review. I said it. When Wyatt's merchandise is starting to sell and everyone is behind the character, Vince has no choice but to push the Fiend to the Universal Championship. And guess what, folks? It's going to happen at Hell in a Cell. It's going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, we can all celebrate now about the fact that Seth Rollins is no longer going to be shoved down our throats after Hell in a Cell. Who's happy about the fact that Bray Wyatt attacked Seth Rollins today? If you guys did, leave a comment down below and hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. Those are my 4 points on this entire show. Those are my 4 points on this whole entire show. We are going to go everything here on this Clash of Champions Sunday. On this Clash of Champions Sunday right here on the Reality Podcast. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm your boy Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel on this Sunday, September 15th, 2019. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. If you guys enjoyed Clash of Champions tonight, smash the like button. Leave a comment down below. What was your rating of the show? What were your thoughts of Clash of Champions? And are you ready for the Fiend to beat Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship at Hell in a Cell on October the 6th? Also, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below and turn on bells, guys, for all notifications. Episode 58 of the Reality Podcast, live on the channel right now. Clash of Champions preview and predictions video with TM161. I did an interview with TM161. You guys really loved that interview. And also, leave a comment down below if you guys want. Leave a comment down below. Who do you guys want me to interview next on the podcast? Let me know. I'm thinking about interviewing somebody for Hell in a Cell. For Hell in a Cell. I'm thinking about it. I really am thinking about it. But episode 58 of the Reality Podcast is indeed live on the channel right now. Link to this video will be in the annotation above that you see on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Check out NXT review from this past Wednesday. Johnny Gargano is NXT for life. Plus, Rhea Ripley goes one-on-one with the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler. Link to NXT review will be in the annotation above that you see on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Also, check out SmackDown Live review from this past Tuesday. Shane McMahon fires Kevin Owens. Is he on his way to NXT? If you guys saw KO's tweet after SmackDown Live, he said 14, 24, and 20. That signifies NXT. Link to SmackDown review will be in the annotation above that you see on the upper hand corner of your screen. Also, check out Monday Night Raw review from this past Monday, and Raw was fucking garbage, folks. Even Stone Cold Steve Austin himself couldn't save the show. Tough. Link to Raw review will be in the annotation above that you see on the upper hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so make sure you're following your boy Chris on social media. Twitter, Chris from Loring, Snapchat, Chris was hated. And like I said, folks, if you guys are enjoying the content, be sure to show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below. Turn on those bells, guys, for notifications. Let's begin Clash of Champions review right here on the Reality Podcast. We're going to begin this Clash of Champions review with the triple threat match for the Cruiserweight Championship between Drew Gulak, Lince, Dorado, and Humberto Carrillo. I'm not going to lie to you, this match was really good. For a kickoff show, for the amount of time that these three men got, it was a really good matchup. Listen, I love Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak is one of my favorite cruiserweights. Humberto Carrillo, he's really good. Very underrated. And as well as Lince Dorado. These three men put on a great matchup, but Drew Gulak retains the Cruiserweight Championship. Carrillo and Dorado exchange chops until Humberto puts him in the corner, ends up with Dorado hitting a super Frankensteiner. Then he looked for a shooting star press, but Carrillo moved out of the way. Carrillo hit Dorado with the Aztec press, but Gulak broke up the pin. Gulak then hit the German suplex pin for the win. So Drew Gulak retains the Cruiserweight Championship in a very, very good matchup. I'm also hearing that the Cruiserweight division is going to be moved to NXT, which I think, in my honest opinion, is a great move. I think it'll give people like Drew Gulak, Humberto Carrillo, Lince Dorado, Kushida, among others, more exposure on NXT, especially when NXT is going to be moved to the USA Network starting this Wednesday. There's more exposure, and NXT could really use those men, especially when NXT is going 2 hours. So it's a really good thing there. It's a really good thing for NXT. So Drew Gulak retains the Cruiserweight Championship. We got AJ Styles, and this completely pissed me off. I don't give a fuck who you are. This shit pissed me off. AJ Styles versus Cedric Alexander for the United States Championship. I sent out a tweet earlier at 6:48 p.m. and I have this on my phone. I said, if I'm AJ Styles, quit the WWE and go to All Elite Wrestling. WWE is treating AJ Styles like a piece of garbage. Imagine putting AJ fucking Styles on the kickoff show when World Wrestling Entertainment has a war with AEW. I bet the Elite right now are laughing at AJ. Hashtag WWE Clash. I had casual dumb fucks on social media hit me up saying, oh, AJ Styles signed a 5-year deal. Oh, AJ's making all this money. Oh, Chris, you're just a fucking mark. Oh, Chris, you're just nothing but an AEW fanboy. Suck my dick. Suck my dick. I don't give a fuck who I piss off. I really don't give a fuck who I piss off. I really don't. If you're part of those people that tweeted me earlier saying, oh, Chris, you're a mark. Oh, AJ Styles signed a 5-year contract and shit, so he can't leave the company and shit. I wonder why Vince signed AJ Styles to a 5-year contract. I wonder why, people. Huh? I wonder why. AEW effect, folks. The reason why Vince gave AJ a 5-year contract is because AJ wants to go to AEW. Vince doesn't want AJ to go to All Elite Wrestling. What makes you think Roode and Ziggler won the Raw Tag Team titles? What makes you think the Revival won the SmackDown Tag Team titles? What makes you think that? I wonder why, folks. The AEW effect. And if you people don't think that there's a war between AEW and WWE, you're a simple fucking idiot. You're a brainless fuck on social media. No cap. No cap. No cap. The simple fact that AJ Styles was on the fucking pre-show. Mind you, this is your last fucking shot before AEW goes on fucking TV on October 2nd, and you give me AJ Styles and Cedric Alexander on the fucking pre-show? If anything, you could have put the Women's Tag Team Championships on the pre-show, and you put AJ and Cedric to go second. Then you give me Charlotte and fucking Bayley going third. The match order on this pay-per-view is fucking god-awful. God-awful, if you ask me. Except for the first matchup. Because the Raw Tag Team title obviously was expected to kick off the show. It was obviously predicted and expected to at least kick off the show. People are saying, oh, Chris, do you know AJ Styles' financial shit? I don't know how much money AJ's making, nor do I care. Nor do I care. Now, all of a sudden, people think that money is more important than your legacy in this wrestling business? If you fucking think that, you're a fucking brainless fucking idiot. Money is not that important to everybody. It really is not. Especially if you're a professional wrestler. You're making all this kinds of money. Now, all of a sudden, fucking, you want to sign 5-year contracts so you don't go to AEW? What if AJ did go to AEW? He'll probably have a lighter schedule, but he'll get the matches that he wants. But look what Vince does. Vince puts fucking AJ in a fucking pre-show match against Cedric Alexander. Which I'm not gonna lie to you, the match was good for what it was. Even though the fucking match felt rushed. The match felt rushed. Those two men did good for what they did at that time. For doing the time that it was given to them. Yeah, people want to come at me on social media talking about, oh, but do you know AJ Styles' financials? No, I don't. And neither do you. So suck my fucking dick. You piece of shit. Suck my dick. No cap. Blow me. Blow me. Honestly. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I really don't. You have no idea how much blocking I had to do during that whole time period between AJ's match and the beginning of the Raw Tag Team title match. I've blocked more people than fucking LeBron James does on fucking behind the fucking offender. I've done more blocking than fucking Yao Ming did in his fucking prime. You casual dumb fucks. And let me say this now. Speaking of you fucking casual dumb fucks, AEW is not going to cater to you dumb fucks on social media. They're not going to. They're not going to. AEW, and even Cody said it, and I read it on the podcast, I believe, a month ago. Cody is not going to cater to you casual dumb fucks at all. You want your intelligence being insulted? Watch Raw every single week. And I bet you money, while AEW is on Wednesday, Raw will suffer its lowest rating in the history of the fucking show. You know what the fucking third hour of Raw did? 1.8 on Raw this past Monday. 1.8. The highest rating was obviously in the first hour. So continue to suck the cock of WWE. Meanwhile, all the smart fans, all the fucking hardcore fans in this community will cater to all elite wrestling where they don't insult our intelligence. Where we watch fucking NXT who will not insult our intelligence. You want to be a fucking brainless fuck? Go watch Raw. Go watch SmackDown Live. Fuck out of here. Suck my dick. Suck my dick and take it personal. If you're a fucking casual dumb fuck. Suck my dick. AJ versus Cedric. The match was good. It felt rushed. The matchup felt actually rushed. AJ wins here. Alexander fires back with a springboard kick for a 2 count, but then AJ hits him with a reverse DDT. Styles takes to the apron and hits the phenomenal form, followed by Styles Clash for the win. AJ retains. AJ retains. After the match, AJ calls Gus and Anderson down, and the three of them pound on Cedric Alexander before leaving. I think this will lead to a much better matchup when we go down the road. I think it will. Cedric is great, but he wasn't going to beat AJ for the U.S. title. He really wasn't, in my opinion. I think he really wasn't anyways. Even though the match was in his hometown, yeah, sure. But look how that turned out throughout the show. AJ retains. So now we go to the main show. Clash of Champions kicked off with the Raw Tag Team Championship match. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. I don't really care about the Raw Tag Team Championships. I don't give a fuck about those titles. I really fucking don't, if you ask me. I really don't give a fuck. I sat there. I was buried in my phone the entire time. I'm like, oh, I already know. Ziggles and Roode was going to win the Raw Tag Team title. Guess what they did? Guess what? They did. I didn't care. Did you care? Obviously, we all saw it coming. We all saw it coming. We all saw it coming. Rollins tags in. Rollins tags in and takes Roode down. Rollins kicks him in the gut and goes for the stomp, but Ziggles grabs his leg. Rollins gets out of the glorious DDT and hits Roode with a sling blade. Rollins then hits Ziggler with the suicide dive. Roode avoids a springboard from Rollins and hits the double R spinebuster for a near fall. Roode does his glorious taunt, but Strowman runs into with a shoulder tackle. Roode knocks into Rollins, meaning Strowman sort of hit him. Braun runs, but Ziggler pulls the top rope down to get Strowman out of the ring. Roode then hits Rollins with the glorious DDT and wins the Raw Tag Team titles. Roode pinned Rollins to win the Universal title. That will never happen. Roode pinned Rollins to win the Raw Tag Team titles. Now I get why they don't want Strowman pinned, because you don't want Strowman being pinned twice in one night. You really don't. So obviously you had the champion in Rollins getting pinned by Robert Roode, which I guess kind of makes sense in my honest opinion, because you don't want Strowman being pinned twice in one night. You don't want Strowman being pinned twice here. Ziggler and Roode win the Raw Tag Team titles, and I ask myself, AEW effect. The reason why Ziggles and Roode won the Raw Tag Team titles, simple. It was because of the AEW effect. Folks, it exists, folks. It really does happen. Just watch this show tonight. Watch this show on the network when it's eventually going to be on the network. Watch this show over. You'll see the decisions that had to be made and shit. We all know why Ziggles and Roode won the titles, because they don't want to be asking for the release and then the company holds them for much longer so they can sit in catering. I think they're tired of catering, folks. That's what I think is going on here. Now, who's going to most likely take the titles from Roode and Ziggler? There's only one team that could. The War Raiders. Honestly, the War Raiders. Hanson and Rowe. They're going to most likely take the Raw Tag Team titles from Roode and Ziggles. I don't care. I really don't give a shit about Roode and Ziggles. I really don't. We see Braun Strowman walking backstage annoyed. Charlie Caruso, bae, who looked fucking fantastic and sexy wearing black tonight. And I love her hair, by the way. Caruso approaches and asks him how he feels. Braun says he didn't lose. Seth did, and just like he will later tonight. Strowman says Seth is on a losing streak and he's going to make sure it continues tonight. Ooh. Big bad Strowman. Ooh. Becky Lynch's interview backstage. Becky says she couldn't disagree with Braun Strowman more because her and Seth will still be champions after tonight. Kayla, bae, my other bae, asks Lynch if she has met her match in Sasha Banks. And Lynch asks who this Sasha Banks is. She asks if Sasha has what it takes. She says she has had the greatest 12-month period in the history of WWE that include a lineage of first evers. While Sasha Banks, not a hair. She says she has earned everything she has gotten, just like Sasha earned the beating she gets tonight. And we'll get to that matchup later on, because that match, in my opinion, was the match of the night. In my opinion, Bayley versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Everybody, and I literally mean this, everybody, including me and TM, we all predicted, we all predicted that Charlotte was going to win the SmackDown Women's Championship for the 10th time. Boy, did WWE throw a fucking Hail Mary on this. WWE literally thought, hey, we're in Charlotte's hometown. Charlotte is going to get cheered. Bayley is going to get booed. Everybody in their mother is predicting that Charlotte is going to win the SmackDown Women's Championship. They threw a fucking curveball at us. Just when we all thought that Charlotte was going to win the title, nope, they had Bayley retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. Shocker of the night, if you ask me. Shocker. Shocker. This match went quick. This was a quick match. Very quick. The match begins, and Charlotte leaves Bayley with a big boo. The champion rolls from the ring, but Charlotte goes out and chases her back inside. Charlotte chops Bayley and looks for a scoop slam, but Bayley lands on her feet and hits Flair. Charlotte kicks the knees of Bayley, then hits a belly-to-belly suplex for a 2 count. Bayley rolls to the floor again, but Charlotte goes out and throws her into the barricade, then into the opposite barricade. Charlotte gets her back into the ring for a 2 count. Flair stomps Bayley before lifting her up and slamming her into the corner with a shoulder thrust. Flair drives a knee into Bayley's thigh and goes to work on the leg. Flair looks for the figure 4, but Bayley gets her in the small package for a 2 count. Flair stomped the back of Bayley in the corner. Bayley took the bottom turnbuckle off and yanked Charlotte down to hit it face first, and then she rolled up Charlotte and got the 1, 2, 3. Bayley retains the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. It was a fucking odd finish. Very fucking odd, and it left me with my head scratching. I don't even know what to even tell you here. I'm just as shocked as you are. I'm just as shocked as you are. What an odd finish. Bayley left the ring as soon as the match ended, and she took her title and ran up the ramp to the back. Mind you, Bayley came out to no reaction while Charlotte came out with cheers. Charlotte came out with cheers. And Bayley came out with no reaction. No reaction because they don't know whether to fucking cheer her or boo for her. They don't know whether to either boo or cheer. They don't know. They don't know. That is tough. Bayley retains the SmackDown Women's Championship in shocking fashion. I am just as shocked as you are. I'm even head scratching right now just even thinking about this. Where do they go from here? I don't know. Maybe Charlotte gets a rematch at fucking Hell in a Cell, but then again, why you want to see it? Why you want to see another Charlotte Bayley match for the SmackDown Live Women's title? Why? You could have gave Charlotte the title tonight, but no, you gave it to Bayley. You had Bayley retain the title. Now what happens now? I don't know, and I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. SmackDown Live Tag Team title match, The Revival versus The New Day. This match was okay for what it was. The match is okay. Not gonna lie to you. The Revival came out with fucking FT RKO in their trunks. Look good. Love it. One thing I must say though about The Revival. The Revival and Randy Orton, they look really, really good together. They look really, really good together. I'm not even gonna hold you. They really do. They really do. They were going up against the New Day. Mind you, the Revival are a Raw tag team. And the New Day are a SmackDown tag team. So by default, the New Day should retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Am I correct? Am I correct? The Revival wins the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Man. Just when you knew that the brand split was fucking over with. Oh! Tough. Very, very tough. Revival wins the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Don't know why. But then again, I said before, the AEW effect is real, folks. The AEW effect, folks, is real. Get used to it. Get used to it. Get used to it. Dash grinds Big E and slows the pace to a crawl. Tags are made to Woods and Dawson. Woods knocks Dash off the apron and connects with a tilt-the-world head scissors, followed by a flipping clothesline to Wilder. Woods catches Dawson with a rope-assisted DDT. Big E attacks Dawson on the outside, so Dash attempts a suicide dive, but Big E catches him. Big E looks for a belly-to-belly suplex, but Dawson attacks Big E again, and they hit him with the Shatter Machine on the floor. Pretty move there, right there. Nasty spot, by the way, though. Nasty spot. Dash and Dawson surround Woods and look to beat him down. He fights violently, but the numbers game is too much for him. They hit Woods with the Shatter Machine. And right when I'm thinking about this, oh, you hit the Shatter Machine on Woods, pin the guy. Pin the guy. The match is already over. Pin the guy. But they don't go for the pin. Instead, they rip Woods' tights, and Dawson applies an inverted figure four, and Woods taps out. The Revival becomes SmackDown Tag Team Champions. They're the first team ever to win the NXT Tag Team titles, Raw Tag Team titles, and now the SmackDown Tag Team titles. I will say this now. With this move happening, I think the Revival is going to SmackDown. When the draft happens, I think the Revival is going to SmackDown. And I think the New Day, I think with Xavier and Big E, they're probably going to go to Raw. They're probably going to go to Raw. Unless if you're not going to fuck with the tag teams, then so be it. Then so be it. Obviously, the reason why the Revival won, obviously, because of the AEW effect, folks. And if you don't agree with me on that, you're a fucking casual dumb fuck who doesn't even believe in war between AEW and WWE. You're a fucking idiot. You're a stupid fucking idiot. What else can I say about this matchup? Yeah, the Revival look good. Yeah, sure. The Revival look good. I just don't care now. I do somewhat about the Revival. Because the fact that they're teaming up with Randy Orton and shit, I can see a stable between those three men. Or now you want to add a fourth guy. I wouldn't mind that at all. I really wouldn't. The Revival wins the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Do you care? Depends who you talk to. We got the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Fire and Desire. This match was fucking boring. Boring. I wish they burned the fucking Women's Tag Team Championships and burned it to fucking dust. To a point of no fucking return. This match was fucking boring. I hate Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. My God, how do you fuck up Nikki Cross? Oh, you put her with fucking Alexa Bliss. And by the way, I tweeted this out on Twitter. Alexa Bliss's look tonight, how come she look like fucking Abby the Witch from fucking the Firefly Funhouse? How does Alexa Bliss look like Abby the Witch from the Firefly Funhouse? Alexa Bliss is god-awful. God-awful. With Women's Tag Team Championships now. God-awful. God-awful. I'm not even going to go over this whole entire thing, but Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss, they win. Do you care? Do you give a fuck? I'm not even going to go over what happened here. I just don't care. You could have given the titles of Fire and Desire, but you don't. You keep it to Alexa and Nikki. Now, who takes the title from them? I don't know, and to be honest, I don't care. Tonight would have been the perfect night for Fire and Desire to win the fucking Women's Tag Team titles. What the fuck happened tonight? Did you put the plug on them? No! You keep it on fucking Alexa Bliss and Nikki fucking Cross. Which we all know, it's only a matter of time before Alexa stabs somebody in Nikki Cross in the back. And we all know what's going to happen in that feud. We all know. We all know. Nikki and Alexa win at this point. Do you even give a fuck? No? Okay, good. Intercontinental Championship match. Shinsuke Nakamura against The Miz. Nakamura has been fucking... I don't want to shit on Nakamura, but for some reason, I just have to. Nakamura is fucking god-awful on the main roster. God-awful. After that feud with AJ and winning the Rumble last year, and you put him in the feud against AJ, I don't give a fuck now. I really don't care. I really don't care about Nakamura. I don't care about Nakamura. I sure as definitely hell do not care about The Miz. And I do not care about the Intercontinental Championship. One fucking opinion that I want to make here. And this is just an opinion. The United Kingdom Championship is a whole lot better, looks a whole lot better than the IC title. The NXT North American Championship looks a whole lot better than the IC title. Especially the way it's being booked. IC title? Who gives a fuck about the IC title now? Who gives a flying fuck about the Intercontinental Championship? Who gives a fuck? Nakamura wins here. The Miz hits Nakamura with skull crushing finale. Sammy distracts the referee to prevent the pinfall. Miz leaves the ring and chases Sammy, but Nakamura connects with a kick and puts him back in the ring. King Sasha from Nakamura for the win. Who takes the title off of Nakamura at this point, I don't know, and I don't care. The Intercontinental Championship needs new blood. Buddy Murphy, Ali, among others. Among others. What the fuck has Nakamura done with the IC title? Nothing. Will he ever do anything with the IC title? No. And I thought The Miz was going to fucking win the IC title tonight. Despite the fact that Jericho has the most IC title reigns, The Miz could have tied Jericho with this victory tonight. Nakamura wins. I just don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. Hope you guys have your paper and your number 2 pencil or a black or blue pen. Raw Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. People were DMing me on Twitter about the ending of this match. People were telling me, oh, the finish doesn't make sense, Chris. Why would they have the ending the way it is tonight, Chris? I'm going to tell you this right now. And this is when I'm going to give you guys some logic. So take notes here, folks. Take notes. Everybody predicted that Sasha Banks was going to win the Raw Women's Championship tonight. It was either Sasha won the title tonight, or we was going to get some sort of a disqualification fuck finish, which will bleed to a match at Hell in a Cell in October. Here we go. Clash is in session. The match ended at a disqualification in a very good matchup. And I will say this right now. Sasha, on this one night tonight, made Becky look better than the way Becky looked coming out of WrestleMania 35. No cap. No cap. Now, you're going to ask me, Chris, why did this company give us the fuck finish tonight and not have Sasha win the title? Simple, folks. Take notes. The reason why Vince didn't give Sasha the Raw Women's title is because Sasha just came back. And on top of that, if you think about it here, folks, Sasha hasn't done a damn thing to gain a Raw Women's Championship match. So what did this company do? This company gave Sasha an in to get another Raw Women's Championship match at fucking Hell in a Cell. What did they do? They gave Becky a disqualification loss. At the same time, the reason why we got the finish that we got tonight was because Sasha is being built up so strongly as a heel. Why would you have Sasha be pinned or made Sasha to submit? This is the hottest women's feud right now in WWE. Why the fuck would you have Becky pin Sasha or have Becky make Sasha tap out? In her first pay-per-view match back since WrestleMania. Taking notes? Good. The reason why we got the fuck finish is because Sasha is being built up so strong. Why would you have Sasha pinned or submit? So what the fuck this company did? This company got Becky a disqualification loss. Becky doesn't lose the championship. Sasha gets a victory and has earned, technically, another championship match because of what happened tonight. And guess what? This match will happen at Hell in a Cell. Now, it's only a matter of time either it goes inside Hell in a Cell or not. Regardless of the fact that this match goes inside Hell in a Cell or not, Sasha is going to win the Raw Women's Championship at Hell in a Cell. That's why we got the finish that we got tonight. That is why they want to save it for a bigger matchup. And that bigger matchup is Hell in a Cell. You're not going to book Sasha and Becky for WrestleMania. You're not doing that. I got much bigger plans for Sasha Banks at that point by WrestleMania. I have bigger plans for her. So there you go, folks. That's why they gave us a fuck finish. The matchup was great. Sasha carried Becky in this matchup. No cap. She did. She did. Sasha carried Becky to this matchup. And this was one of Becky's best matches on her main roster run. This is one of her best matches. Becky looked good. Sasha looked good. Both women looked good. And guess what? There was no official decision to be made. So guess what? The match is going to happen at Hell in a Cell. Becky wins. No, not Becky. Sasha wins. Sasha wins by disqualification. The match was chaotic. The match got into the ring. Then Becky hit the referee with a steel chair. That's when they went all over the arena. They went through the stands, through the concourse area, then back down and shit into the fucking ring. There you go. There was a point in this matchup. Where I thought Becky was going to tap out to the Banks statement by Sasha Banks. And I thought that they was going to give Sasha the title tonight. But at the same time, thinking about it, it's good now that they didn't give Sasha the championship on this night. And I can appreciate that. Sasha grabs a steel chair again, but the referee grabs it and throws it down. Banks argues with the referee. Meanwhile, Becky grabs the chair and swings it, but hits the referee. Banks and Becky look at each other. Then Lince drives a chair into Sasha's gut before cracking it over her back. Banks rolls from the ring and climbs over the barricade into the crowd. Banks and Becky brawl up the steps through the crowd, with Lince even applying the disarmer using the guardrail as leverage. They brawl into the concession area and then back into the arena. Becky drags Sasha back down the steps and they fight down towards ringside again. Banks gets the better of Lince and tosses her into the ring. Grabs a chair and looks to hit her, but Becky kicks her. Becky grabs the chair and cracks it over Banks' back. Then again and again, Lince sets the chair up and slams Banks' head into it over and over. She pulls Sasha's arm through the chair and applies the disarm her, and that's when officials come down and separate them. And that's when the referee made the official statement that Sasha won the match by disqualification, meaning Becky retains the Raw Women's Championship. Sasha, folks, remember this review as of right now. Sasha will win the Raw Women's title at Hell in a Cell on October 6th. Sasha will become the next Raw Women's Champion come Hell in a Cell. So there you go. WWE Championship match. Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton. Everybody, including me and TM, was predicting that Orton was going to win the WWE Championship. And I said this while I was watching the fucking show. If Orton does not win the championship, I will be completely pissed the fuck off. I'm not going to lie to you, though. This match was better than the match at SummerSlam. I'm not going to lie to you. The match was a bit boring still, yeah, but the match overall was better than what they did at SummerSlam. A whole lot better. Whole lot better. Orton drags Kingston to the apron, hits a draping DDT. Orton takes his time for opposing for the RKO. He waits for Kingston to get up, but Kofi reverses into a roll-up and Orton kicks out. Kofi connects with a kick to the corner and starts to rally, but Orton hits an RKO. Kofi kicks out, and Orton gets frustrated and looks for the punt, but Kofi moves. Kingston ducks Orton and hits Trouble in Paradise for the win. Kofi Kingston, folks, is still your WWE champion. I was predicting that Orton was going to come out of Clash of Champions as WWE champion. We did not get that at all tonight. Orton failed to take the championship from Kofi Kingston. Now, and you gotta sit here and really sink this shit and think about it. Kofi is going to Fox on October as your WWE champion. Unless, and I'm going to say this right now, unless Kofi defends the title at a random edition of SmackDown Live and loses the title. And loses the championship. Either that happens, or God help us all from what I'm about to say. Brock Lesnar gets drafted to SmackDown, and he goes after Kofi Kingston and the WWE Championship. Which, at this point, nobody wants Brock to come back. I don't even want Brock Lesnar to become champion, period. Brock, and you really got to think about this. Brock has nothing else left to do on Monday Night Raw. Put him on SmackDown. SmackDown is going to need some notable names going into Fox. Brock is a big household name. You can book Brock and Kofi for the title, or, and I can't believe I'm even thinking about this also, which I know it won't happen, but I still gotta book it anyways. What if Roman turned heel and went after Kofi Kingston? Yeah, I did say the perfect time for Roman to turn heel was back at WrestleMania. After WrestleMania. The Raw after WrestleMania in Barclays Center. Yeah, that would have been the absolute perfect time to turn Roman Reigns heel. Now I'm thinking about it. You can book Roman Reigns to turn heel on the SmackDown on Fox. You turn Roman Reigns heel and have him go after Kofi Kingston and the WWE Championship. What if? This is a big what if. But I know knowing this company, they're not going to turn Roman Reigns heel after what the fuck happened. They're not going to turn Roman Reigns heel. They really are not. They really are not. Kofi retained the championship, and I'm going to still say that Kofi Kingston is not my WWE champion. He will never be my WWE champion. Never will be. Kofi Kingston's title reign has lasted too long. You should have took the title off of Kofi either at SummerSlam or tonight. Now the question is, when do you have Kofi drop the title? When do you have Kofi drop the title? I do not want to see another Kofi versus Orton match at Hell in a Cell. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't. Because if you have Kofi drop the title to Orton at Hell in a Cell, it's too late. Too fucking late. You should have done this either at SummerSlam or tonight at Clash of Champions. What's going to be a difference now that is going to possibly happen at Hell in a Cell? No one cares. No one cares. You did what you did with Kofi. Time to cut the shit. You're going to Fox in October. You have to be serious. You have to be serious. Kofi retains. I don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. Street Profits are backstage. They hype up the King of the Ring final for Raw tomorrow night. They get hyped until King Booker comes in the frame and says he is here on the eve of the royal finale. of the Royal Finale. He says he is to give his prediction, but Andrew Dawkins says he wants to take the crown for a night so that he can roll up into a club and call himself the Dark Knight. Sir Angelo Dawkins, Booker, looks bewildered and says, "Tell me you didn't just say that." He chews them out and walks off, then comes back a second later and says, "Now can you dig that, sucker?" I love Booker T. One of my all-time favorites. Love him. Love him. Absolutely love him. Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan, no disqualification. This match went second to last on the card. Second to last on this card. I don't know how to feel about that, though. I really don't. I really don't. But there was a tweet from WrestleVotes this morning. I was driving to work and I found out that, Clash of Champions could possibly have Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan to main event Clash of Champions. Really? Really? This matchup went second to last on this card. You could have put Kofi and Orton on this spot and then Eric versus Rowan on Kofi and Orton's spot on this card. The match felt off. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The match felt a little off for me. Rowan did absolutely nothing for me throughout this one-time matchup. The only thing that Eric Rowan did for me was the fact that he looked good in this match. But what did he do? Nothing. He did the same shit that we saw technically on Tuesday on SmackDown with just a little bit more effort. That's it. I'm not gonna lie to you, the match was I'm not gonna say it was good, not gonna say it was bad, it was just That's all I'm gonna say. The match was just That's it. They went all over the arena. Obviously, they have to include weapons in this, the steel steps, the kendo stick, the chair, everything. The announce table spot, which was good, which was a nice spot there, by the way. But we're just gonna go to the ending because this is when it really caught my attention. It really caught my attention. They wind up on the stage, and Rowan tries to use the hard camera as a weapon, just like on Tuesday. But Reigns hit him in the gut with a piece of equipment, then slams the camera into him. He drills Rowan with a Superman punch and sends him rolling down the ramp. He lines up for a huge Superman punch, runs into a boot from none other than Luke Harper. I'll say it again. Luke Harper. The crowd goes wild when it realizes who it is. Harper and Rowan exchange a greeting, then gets Reigns back into the ring. Rowan splashes Roman into the corner and throws him into a discus clothesline from Harper. Rowan hits it on an iron claw and pins Roman Reigns. Did that take so... Was that hard to do? Was it that hard? You had to wait till Clash of Champions to give us who technically drove the forklift? It was Luke Harper. It was Luke Harper. Now, we haven't seen Daniel Bryan in weeks, so I'm gonna sit here and assume that we possibly see him on Tuesday on SmackDown. Quite possibly. We don't know yet. But Luke Harper now is back. And my God, did he look fantastic during this fucking show. He looked fantastic. I'm not gonna lie to you. He looked really, really good in this match. He really did. Harper looked really, really good on his return. Eric Rowan now. They kept Luke Harper out of action for so long. I don't know why. Probably because of an injury. Probably because of, his contract issues. I don't know what's going on with Luke Harper. But now that he's back, it's good to see him back. It's good to see him back. Now, what does this do for Rowan getting a victory over Roman? I don't know. That's not going to have him in a championship match against fucking Kofi Kingston. God, I hope not. God, I hope not. But I'm not going to lie to you. This is good for Rowan. This is good. He needed somebody. Daniel Bryan dubbed them, so look who came back. Luke Harper. Now I just hope that they really push these two men. Now I hope that they really do. Especially now they're in a feud with Roman Reigns. And like I said, and like other people were telling me, the reason why Roman is in his storyline is to keep him away from a world championship picture. Now you add Luke Harper to this. Now people are not invested in this. People in the beginning didn't even give a fuck about this fucking storyline. Now people have a reason now to give a fuck. Why? Because Luke Harper. Luke Harper's back now. He looks better than ever. He looks good. There you go. There you go. Now all I want to do is hear Luke Harper speak about what happened. Was he the guy that drove the forklift? Did he drive the car in this whole Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. investigation? I want to know. Let me hear Luke Harper talk on SmackDown on Tuesday. That's it. Then it'll probably lead a match between Roman and Luke Harper at Hell in a Cell probably. Probably at Hell in a Cell at that pay-per-view. Not in Hell in a Cell, but probably in the pay-per-view. So let's see. Seth Rollins is shown warming up backstage and is interviewed by Charlie Caruso, who reminds Seth that Braun blamed him for earlier. Seth says he doesn't give a damn. They lost the titles together, but he can't focus on that. He has to think about the main event. He says he respects Braun, and he's even considered him a friend, but tonight is not his night. He slayed a beast at SummerSlam, and tonight he adds a monster to the collection. And then from there we go to the main event. Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship. I'm not going to sit here and lie. This match was good. Low-key, it was really good. Rollins obviously carried Strowman throughout this entire match. And at the same time, Rollins made Strowman look like a believable guy that was going to beat Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. That's what it was. The match was good. Rollins made Strowman look good. Strowman made Rollins into that underdog guy with this whole David versus Goliath situation. The match was good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was okay. It was good. The match was good. I think Rollins did carry Strowman to his best match on the main roster. His best match. And at the same time, Rollins retained when everybody was thinking that Strowman. There was also a tweet from WrestleVote saying that it was a possibility that Rollins was going to lose the Universal Championship tonight on this show. And I'm thinking to myself while I'm at work, why would you have Rollins drop the championship to Strowman when Rollins just got the title at SummerSlam, drop it to Strowman, only for Strowman to drop the championship to Wyatt at Hell in a Cell? You're flip-flopping the Universal Championship, and you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. This match was good. It had some good spots there, a couple bad spots, but some good spots there. Sheesh. Strowman starts to get to his feet, so Seth hits a suicide dive, then a second, and this time the announce table collapsed under Braun's weight. Seth looked for a third, but this time Strowman caught him. Strowman looked for the running power slam, but Seth climbed off and shoved him onto the Spanish announce table. Rollins climbed to the top rope, looking for his frog splash, but Braun gets up, climbs up top, and shoves him off the top rope. Strowman hits a splash. Strowman went to the top rope and hit a splash to Seth. Yes, a splash, but Rollins kicked out at 2. Braun seemed to have hurt his knee. Strowman grabbed Seth for a running power slam, but this time Rollins reversed into a sleeper. Strowman shows him off, and Seth immediately hits the stomp, but Strowman kicks out at 1. Rollins can't believe it. Rollins hits a second stomp, and again, Braun kicks out. Seth hits the stomp for a third time, and again, Strowman kicks out. The fans are booing. Rollins doesn't know what to do, so he looks for a fourth stomp. But Braun gets him up for a running power slam, but his knee gives out. Seth grabs Braun and hits the pedigree and a fourth stomp and retains the Universal Championship. I like that ending towards that matchup. The ending for this match was really, really good. I enjoyed that. Not gonna lie to you. Something I enjoyed. It took Rollins 4 stomps and a pedigree to beat the monster in Braun Strowman. We see replays as Seth struggles to his feet and gets his Universal Championship. Rollins leaves up the ramp with the belt, and that's it. Except it's not. The lights go out in the arena, and when they come back, The Fiend has Rollins on the stage. He hits Sister Abigail, and the lights go back out. They come back, and we see The Fiend holding Seth by the hair, just like his fucking lanyard. Then he delivers the mandible claw to choke Seth out. And then after the laughs, oh no, not after the laughs. After the attack on Wyatt, no, Wyatt. After the attack on Seth, after Seth hit the, no, not Seth. After Wyatt hits the mandible claw, he goes out and the show leaves with this. If I can play it, hold on. And cue it. And then from there, the show goes off the air. I'm not going to hold you. It was a perfect ending to Clash of Champions. A perfect ending. Now, we got some sort of a confirmation that we're getting Wyatt versus Rollins at Hell in a Cell for the Universal Championship. Wyatt literally stomped his way as the next challenger for Seth Rollins and the Universal Championship. The match was good between Rollins and Strowman. The match was okay. I'm not going to say it was good. It was okay. It was alright for what it was, but the last 5 to 6 minutes of that match was really good. It was really good. Something to enjoy, but after that, after overall, from a 1 through 10 rating for this show, I'm going to give this show a 4. I'm going to give it a 4. Wyatt's ending, attacking Seth, really made the show for me to be a 4. If it wasn't, the show was going to be a 3, or at least a 2 at that point. But that is it, guys. And that is the reality right here, of the reality of things right here on the Clash of Champions review right here on the Reality Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed Clash of Champions review, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. What were your thoughts of Clash of Champions? And what is your rating of the show? Also, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below. Turn on those bells, guys, for all notifications. Check out episode 58 of the Reality Podcast live on the channel right now. NXT review live on the channel right now. SmackDown live review live on the channel right now, as well as Monday Night Raw review. All these videos will be in the annotation above that you see on the upper right hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so make sure you're following your boy Chris on social media. Twitter, Chris from Loring, and Snapchat, Chris was hated. And like I said, folks, if you guys are enjoying the content, be sure to show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below. Turn on those guys for notifications. I will see you guys tomorrow for Monday Night Raw review on the aftermath of Clash of Champions. Does The Fiend show up for Raw tomorrow, challenging Rollins to a Hell in a Cell match at Hell in a Cell? We'll find out tomorrow on Monday Night Raw review. Till then, I am Chris. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video all over social media. I will see you guys tomorrow for Monday Night Raw review. Till then, I am Chris. Talk to you guys later.